Hey everyone, Eric and Nelson here once again, and thank you for tuning into my YouTube channel. Well, I am back with another book review, which will be about No Easy Day by Mark Owen. Now, the name Mark Owen is actually not the author's real name because this book has been out for a long time, and I just haven't gotten around to finishing it. When it was, after the first few weeks or months that it was out, because I was reading other books. But now I officially have finished this book, and I'm ready to review it. So, in case you haven't seen this book or haven't heard of it yet, this is actually about the Osama bin Laden raid, and Mark Owen, who is the author of this book, or the main author. There is another co-author, but anyway, he was actually there. He was a part of the Navy SEAL Team 6, and he was one of the first few people to actually go into the room where Osama bin Laden was, and he did. According to this book, he did witness the death. He wasn't actually the person who did put the bullet in bin Laden, but he was there. He risked his life as well as his other team members did. And if they're watching this, I salute all of you brave men and women, as well as everybody else in our United States military. What you do every second that you're out there defending our rights, I mean, I could never do that, because the main reason is because, well, I'm afraid of dying, but you brave men and women, you you deserve so much more than what you are getting. I know that we try to do the best for you because you do the best for us, but you deserve so much more. But anyway, I do salute all of you. So now back to the book. Now, as I said, Mark Owen is not his real name, as to all the other people in the book who are mentioned. Everybody's name is changed on the grounds of national security, because even though that these are heroes, as well as the author is a hero, they have to, of course, have their lives be kept in secret, because they had carried the operation that killed one of the most dangerous men in the world, and of course that's going to make a lot of people angry, unfortunately. So they have to be kept in secretive lives. So I will just refer to Mark Owen as he refers to himself in this book. Mark Owen. Oh, I'm sorry. So before you actually get into the bin Laden raid in the book, Mark Owen actually talks about his early life in Alaska, what inspires him to go into the Army and into the Navy SEALs, and then what his own personal perspective of 9/11 was, like how he felt about the country before and after 9/11, as well as Iraq, and as well as the whole military service that we have here in this country. So, a lot of this, as it says, on the cover, that a lot of this is told, actually all of it, most is told from his own point of view. And I really like that. When it's a biography about someone who made, who was a real important figure, like a famous politician or a famous soldier. I really like how it would be told, like written as an autobiography, but where he or she would never dilute their first person account and then sort of go into somebody else, or like referring to somebody else as saying something. This is strictly first person. So then of course, after, and then the book also leads all the way up to the bin Laden raid, and then just a few moments after the Bin Laden raid as well. And then, of course, now there's pictures, but not. But the pictures are not well detailed. It's mostly, like background stuff. Like, well, they show a couple things on the battlefield. Here, I'll turn to one of them, actually. So that, yeah, so like pictures like this, there's hardly anybody in the pictures. And then once you get closer and closer to the Bin Laden raid, wait, sorry. Yeah, so once you get closer to the Bin Laden raid, they show pictures like these. Like where they have pictures of the compound or illustrations of the compound, and they have arrows as to like where this SEAL Team 6 member is, or where he or she is, so yeah. So now of course I don't like to go into a great detail, because I think it's up to you, the author, to be entertained as well as informed as well. However, though, I really can't go into a lot of detail if you wanted me to, without turning the book into reading it, because if I just told you a little bit about it from my mind, you would be thrown off completely, and then when you go back and then when you read the book, you'll just be more confused than ever. So really, I mean, if you want to be entertained as well as informative about our military, yeah, get this book. And of course, if you want to find out about, what really went on, during the Bin Laden raid, not saying that what people in Washington are saying is a lie. I'm not saying that, but Mark Owen and his brave men and the women were there. They were actually there. So, no matter what anybody else says in Washington, I trust this book a lot more than anybody in Washington, because they weren't there. These people were. These brave men and the women were there, risking their lives, and as I said, they deserve so much more. And also, if you buy this book, a good portion of the profits will go to charities that Mark Owen has created, as well as, and he donates to as well. Many of them military related. And of course, this book is still available in all major bookstores, and probably on the Amazon Kindle or the Nook. Yeah. So and once again, before I leave, I would like to say a special thank you to all of our brave men and the women who risk their lives all the time. I salute to all of you, and hopefully I will see you all at the bookstore, including our brave men and the women. Love you all.